Hi everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today I'll be baking kaya puffs. These flaky and crispy kaya puffs are filled with rich, creamy and fragrant kaya, which is a coconut jam. This kaya is made primarily from coconut milk, pandan leaves and eggs. Kaya is a much-loved dessert jam that Malaysians and Singaporeans love to spread over toasts. However, it is fantastic when it is used as filling for kaya puffs. This traditional Chinese pastry can be found in Malaysia and in Singapore in Chinese bakery shops. Come along with me to see how these puffs are made. Now let's make our pastry dough, which consists of oil dough and water dough. For the oil dough, we need 200 grams of plain flour and 100 grams of lard. Replacement for lard can be vegetable shortening or unsalted butter. Mix these two ingredients together thoroughly and then form it into a disc. Put this disc into a Ziploc bag and then put it in a refrigerator for about 15 minutes to firm it up. For the water dough, we need 300 grams of plain flour, 20 grams of sugar, 60 grams of lard. You can replace with vegetable shortening or unsalted butter. 150 grams of cold water to be added a little bit at a time, just to gauge so that we can get a soft pliable dough. So add a little bit at a time and then stir it. So all in all, you need about 150 milliliters of water. So knead it until smooth. It takes about 5 minutes or so. Okay, so after 5 minutes, it should look like that. Very smooth and the bowl comes out clean. So take out the water dough from the bowl and gently roll it into a uniform log. So you roll and stretch until you get about, I would say about 15 inches length, and then you cut it into 16 equal pieces. And remember to cover your dough pieces with a piece of cling wrap to prevent them from drying. Now we come back to our the oil dough, which has been resting in the fridge for about 15 minutes. It is a lot more firm now, so it's easier to work with. So also cut it into 16 pieces. So take one piece of the oil dough and roll it into a small sphere. Put it aside. Repeat. Roll it into a small sphere and put it aside. Do the same for all the other pieces until you reach the last sphere. So remember to cover our oil dough spheres with cling wrap to prevent it from drying. So now we have two collections, the water dough collection and the oil dough collection. So take one piece of the dough from the water dough collection and then roll it into a sphere and then press it into a disc of about 8 cm in diameter. Then wrap the oil dough using the water dough. So pinch all the edges together. Okay, so something like this, pinch it together and then shape it into a sphere. Yep, like this. Put it aside. So do the same for all the other pairs until you reach the last sphere. Remember to cover all the spheres with cling wrap. Dust the work surface and the rolling pin with a bit of flour. Take one sphere and gently flatten it into a disc. Then from center, roll down and from center roll up. Then roll it up as though you are making a Swiss roll. Turn 90 degrees and then gently press it flat, and then from center roll down, from center roll up. Then again roll it as though you are making a Swiss roll. Put this aside. Let's try another one. Okay, so we'll flatten it into a disc. Now the reason why we roll it up and down is to spread the oil dough evenly within the water dough. So then we are going to turn it 90 degrees and flatten it, and again roll it down and roll it up. So the original, this one will be around, I would say, 20 cm in length, and the width is generally about 8 cm. So put this aside. So one more, let's try one more. Try to roll the rolling pin rather than slide it, as it might tear the water dough. So eventually you get roughly about 4 complete spirals. Try not to make too many spirals, as this will cause the layers to be not so distinct. About something like this. Put this aside. So continue doing for the other spheres until you reach the last sphere. Okay, this is our last piece of dough. Now let it rest for 20 minutes covered with a piece of cling wrap. Now we are going to take one piece of our roll and gently press the center with your finger and fold the two ends upwards and inwards towards the center. Flatten it into a disc. Then what we need to do is to roll it into a shape of a tongue. So the length, I would say, about approximately 20 cm in length and 12 cm at the widest part of our dough. This is just an approximation. So the filling, it comes in a variety of fillings, of kaya filling that you can buy in the store. There are so many varieties that you can buy in the supermarket. If you are not in Singapore or Malaysia, you are most likely to find the kaya jam section, kaya in the jam section of your Asian supermarket. So you can see that some are Hainanese kaya, some are Nyonya kaya, some are low sugar kaya. So you have got all sorts. We are spoiled for choice over here. So what we are going to do is to take 1 tablespoon. I've chosen the Nyonya kaya that has a bit of pandan in it with less sugar. So take about 1 tablespoon of it. Put it somewhere in the upper half. And we are going to spread it out so that we don't have a big bloop of kaya at the center of our puff. So gently spread it out a little bit until you reach about 1 inch from the sides. So fold the bottom part over and press gently the sides. Then what we need to do is to pinch and fold until we reach the end. This is an important step as we do not want the filling to ooze out during the baking process. So this process of pinching and folding is very similar to what we do in our curry puffs. Yeah, curry puffs, we do that also. So keep on doing that. Eventually you get to the end and a beautiful creamed puff will be formed. So you can see, so beautiful, yeah, this creamed puff. So alright, so we are going to put it on a baking tray lined with baking paper. Then we are going to egg wash our puffs. So what we need is to have 2 egg yolks. Lightly beat the egg yolk and then use a soft brush to brush all the sides, the sides, the top and the edges of our kaya puffs. Do that for all our puffs until you reach the end. Okay, so put it into a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes or until golden brown. Put it in the middle rack, no fan. "30 minutes later, our kaya puffs are ready. The pandan aroma from the filling fills my kitchen. They look beautifully golden. Cool them on a wire rack until they become slightly warm before enjoying them. Let's take a look and see how it looks like inside. Look at the delicious creamy kaya filling together with the flaky and crispy pastry. This iconic Chinese pastry is best served during breakfast or tea time with your favorite teh tarik, cup of tea, or just plain water. Store leftovers in an airtight container for 3 days or on a countertop or in the fridge for 1 week. If kept in the fridge, put in an oven toaster for 7 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius before enjoying them. Do not reheat using microwave or else it will become soggy and lose its original crispy flaky texture. Hope you will give this recipe a try someday. Thanks for watching and happy cooking!